Peace, love, and light, man. I'm great. Upload a video, and I done erased the motherfucker. Um, all right, man. So my content's for educational purposes only. Can't stress enough. You guys do your own research. Appraise my content. Find any errors. Throw it in the comments. None of us have been alive long enough to know all the transpired in the past, and none of us can live long enough to know all there is to learn. Integrity. Integrity. I wanted to talk about integrity tonight, man, because it's 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 basically in jeopardy of being extinct amongst us people. And it's ironic, man, that we descendants of those that discovered mathematics, architecture, you know mathematics, science, medicine, civilization, you know all the sciences, astrology, quantum science, quantum physics, all of that stuff. And here we are, you know. And this is really not. I mean, it's just so many of us. That's goes to show that we're not the minority. There's so many of us across the globe, man. But you know, at the end of the day, it's so prevalent, in the areas that I've been in. Excuse me. So prevalent in the areas that I've been in, man, is that I felt it was something that I needed to address on the channel, you know, and hence this video, integrity. What does integrity mean to you? I can tell you what integrity mean to me. It means doing the right shit even when ain't nobody looking. It means standing on what you stand on, knowing the whole room's against you, but you opt to stand on it anyway and stand on it stronger. You know, it's about doing what you say. It's about being what you say you're about. You know, these types of things. You know, and it's also been talked about in scripture. Either you want to deal with the Quran, or you want to deal with the Old and New Testaments of the Bible. You know, no, I'm not necessarily a fan of religion, but I know both books. I went through Christianity first. Took over 8 months to study it from Genesis to Revelation. After I, decided that wasn't for me, for reasons that I won't mention, I took Shahada after being Tabligh for a couple months, about a month and a half, and I practiced Al Islam for 12 years, after, parting ways with Al Islam, and the main reason for that was the same reason for Christianity. But anyway, again, from there I went to more science, you know, where I started learning about law and our ancestors, and things of that nature. And then from there, I've been in Africa, on African spirituality since, because that the African spirituality system predates all religion. Not only does it predate it, there's evidence that they got what they have in those religions from African spirituality system. So, in the words of, the scholar, the elder, and what is John Henrik Clarke, Instead of following a carbon copy of the carbon copy, just go on to the source. And that's what I opted to do. And I'm going to tell you something, man. I love the Deen al-Islam, man. It's a beautiful religion, man. But at the end of the day, man, my experience in religion as opposed to spirituality, man, is that, organized religion is a tool. You put what type of tool it is, because it's a few different types of ways it's utilized. At the end of the day, spirituality can't exist in those realms. Spirituality is a whole different, monster. But enough about that. Back to dignity, man. I can attribute the dignity that I embody today, through all of those schools of thought. I got some of it from Christianity. I got some of it from Islam. I got some of it from Moorish science. I got a portion of that I acquired prior to even indulging in any of them. Just from living life and experiencing life. And, the rest I've acquired from my aunt. But at the end of the day, man, just like in al-Islam, it states, be careful who you take your information from. It matters. You know what I mean? The character of a man matters. Reputation is one thing, but character is who you are. And to me, that's everything, man. A lot of people going to talk because that's what people do. But how many, the dignity that you embody is going to affect how you affect people's lives. And in that regard, your dignity is going to play a part. And when if and when the time comes that you're ever judged for anything, it's not going to be, well, how much money did the nigga have? How many houses did the nigga have? How many cars he have? How many women he screwed? You know what I mean? It ain't going to be that. It ain't going to be that. It's not going to be that. You know what I mean? Yet, when you look around in society, that's what the bulk of people fashion their actions and their characters behind. Oh, well, I got this, you broke ass nigga. Okay, it's more than one wealth. And if monetary wealth is the only kind of wealth you have, then you don't have any wealth. Believe it or not, if you embody the depth to understand that statement, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's not gonna be a long video, man, because having dignity is something you got or you don't. It's pretty much cut and dry. Are you a man of your word? Do your actions align with your words? Are you a fucked up individual when things get rough on you? When shit get tight? When you can't see with clarity at the end of the tunnel? Are you the same individual? Or do you get shitty with people? Just because you're not having a good day? All these things come into question, man. But at the end of the day, man, it's just you don't really need any structured or formalized way of living to know the difference between right and wrong, and the embody virtuousness, and to embody virtue. You know what I mean? To do what's right, even when it's not popular. You know, that to me, you know, takes more heart than it takes to do a lot of shit. You know, to stand on what you stand on when you know good and goddamn well everybody in the room, and even those that ain't in the room, ain't standing with you. You know, I mean, it's normal to me because the experiences that I've had in life have ran me face to face, nose to nose with situations like that. For example, a lot of my peers that I know, they went to Ferris and Bridge House and all that shit. I went to the Youth Study Center in Slayton Farms. I didn't know nobody. So you already know what came with that, right? You know the little stories you used to hear. Yeah, well, when you go to jail, somebody gonna try you, and you better bust his ass, because if you don't, you're gonna have a hard way to go. Yeah, I lived through that. Not once, but twice. I also went through it down Maryland. You know what I'm saying? You know, and the 2 feet that's attached to my ankles, I had to stand on them and did it. Not that nobody else has. I'm just saying that those are my experiences, and they've taught me and groomed me to stand on my own. You know, not to say that I ain't never need no help, not to say that I ain't never been fucked up, broke, in need of assistance or none of that, because we all been there. You know, I just happen to be a joker that ain't, I ain't, I don't have ego no more. I've tamed mine. You know, I've tamed my ego. You know what I mean? And I ain't on nobody's image time, man. You know, I done did over a decade, man. I know what it hit for real, for real. You know, cause all the motherfuckers that's talking that I got you and I'm there, them niggas ain't there. You know, in my experience, don't get me wrong. There has been time, people stepped up and looked out. You know what I mean? And I ain't never forgot those individuals. But at the end of the day, life is a continual unfolding flower. It's not good enough to do the right thing and then, stop doing the right thing, because life continues. You know what I mean? So all that said, to take it back to dignity, man, it's not only doing the right thing when nobody's watching. It's also about continually doing the right thing as time goes on. You know, and never put it on the chopping block or up for sale. Regardless of the price. This is why they killed Malcolm. You couldn't buy that man. He wasn't on the take. He wasn't on nobody's take. So and that's one of the people that I idolize. You know what I mean? Like, regardless of who was against him, and even when he knew his time was coming, he stood up strong, chest poked out, chin up, and faced it. Didn't run from it. You know what I mean? But that's just an example of the dignity that I'm talking about, man. You know what I mean? And then to take it further, man, how you ever expect for us as a people, to come out of the condition that we in, when we in the condition that we in, collectively. These are some of the things that I speak about from time to time, man, because it's just something that we don't tend to give any attention to. It just seemed like everybody trying to be a part of one of these plantations. And it is what it is. We in a capitalistic society. We everything is governed by commerce, man. But at what expense, man? You know, at what expense? You know, are we going to continue to support a system that don't support us? You know that. See, it's dignity enveloped in that as well. You know, you got more dignity in these Federal Reserve notes, these debt instruments, than you do in your own folk, your own people. And that ain't, you know, again, if the shoe don't fit, don't put it on, man. Because I know plenty of people, you know, that's you know, supporting the community, you know, and active in the community, you know, and salute to all you brothers that's doing it that way, you know. I've chosen to take, you know, at least now, you know, when I'm in a position to, you know, to financially give back, then I'll you know, incorporate that into the way I give back. But right now, you know, it's just, you know, planting the seeds, man, and incorporating, you know, what I feel is necessary in the messages that I dispense, you know. Again, you know, dignity, man. You know, if it's a word you haven't heard of, or you haven't really heard much about the word, or really delved into what the word means and how it applies to you as a man or a woman, young man, young woman, here's what it is, man. Be about what you say you're about. Allow your actions to align with your words. Do what you know is right, even when you don't stand to gain nothing, even when ain't nobody watching. You know, that's what integrity's about. You know, and not allowing, you know, nobody, no corporation, no agency, you know, to buy that from you, to get you to put your integrity down and go against your people, or go against, you know, people that look like you, or people that ain't did a damn thing to you for a monetary amount. That's sucker shit, you know. And I know a lot of people don't agree with that, but, you know, this ain't about being popular or getting you know, trying to say the right shit, you know, and jump on bandwagons and dick ride and all that shit. I ain't into none of that. None of that. You know, dignity is dignity, man, and the truth is the truth. It's just going to be there. Whether you on this side of it or you on that side of it, whether you like it or you don't, you know. So, you know, with that being said, man, I'm going to go on and sign off, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, I did a whole video already, but I messed around when I was getting ready to upload it and hit the wrong button and then activated it. And it, you know, the John just got erased, man. So here it is. You know, one time, man, y'all be easy.